We have asked 5 of our champions to stay and say a few brief words to us to really talk about not only what has been their inspiration over their years and their motivation, but as a community, what we need to think about next in terms of how we have to come together to support our students. So first, I'd like to again introduce Lieutenant Governor Barbara O'Brien.
Thank you. I was going to make a pitch for early education, but what could be better than a governor and former prosecutor talking about preschool and kindergarten? So I'll let that stand. I really believe that we have to, as we're working toward clear standards and we know we need accountability, we have to remember that these are people we are educating, and we have to fight for a vision of well-rounded young people growing up to be citizens of the country, and to remember that they need to exercise their bodies. We're seeing recess and PE be cut back in school. I really worry about this for boys in particular, and sitting at desks and filling out bubbles on multiple choice tests and losing your PE is not a good way to let kids grow up and be healthy in mind and body. And when we're thinking about well-rounded students, anyone who's been a parent or an aunt or uncle or teacher knows that different kids need different things at different times. And we have to have an array of expeditionary learning, online learning, arts programs, sports programs, just the kinds of things that let any kid at any point get motivated and attached to school and learning to express themselves and to become citizens not only of our country but of the world, and know that what was passed on to them was the array of experiences and choices and great teaching that let them for the next, 50, 60 years of their lives experience everything this great world is going to have to offer us. So I'm here to make a pitch for the little ones and for a Renaissance vision for our kids, even as we push academics harder. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. Next, we'll hear from Dan Ritchie.
Thank you. As most of the people in this room know, our American students have fallen behind in their academic achievements, educational achievements, of just about all of the developed world, and now even some of the developing world. There was a time when it didn't matter very much, that we were so far ahead of everybody that we could afford to be lax. That is no longer the case. Our economy, even today, is not competitive. To give you an example, we have 5% of the world's population. We're consuming 25% of the world's crude oil, 2/3 of which is imported, all of which we're borrowing money from abroad to pay for. We are simply becoming less competitive all the time. We've got to do something about it. I was very discouraged for a long time because I have been very involved with Chinese education. For many years, I'm an honorary faculty member of Tsinghua University, their equivalent of MIT. I've watched what they're doing, and I'm astonished at the progress they're making and their plans and their energy and determination. We are beginning to see something very important happening here. For the first time in my life, and I never thought I would live to see it, I think the stars are lined up. We have a governor, we have a mayor, we have legislators, we have superintendents, we have teachers, and we have business people and community leaders who are beginning to understand and are determined to do something about it, to do things that we didn't think were possible. So what I would like to ask everybody in this room, let's get behind the folks who are leading this, support them in ways we couldn't have imagined before, even if it takes it raising our taxes. I was not very much in favor of increasing taxes before because putting more money in a system that was broken didn't make sense. But this system is healing itself and coming together. If it takes taxation or whatever it takes, folks, we just don't have a choice, or our children and grandchildren will curse our bones because we didn't do what we could have done. Now is the time. I've never seen anything like this, and I am personally just thrilled to see the possibilities. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dan.